Thank you. Hello again. I'm going to be, as Laurie said, I'm going to be presenting the survey results and talk a little bit about our plans of the ministry for GPA. The survey that we asked you to fill out, well, not only you, we've sent it out to our other contacts. We've gotten approximately 200 responses. I say approximately because some questions a little bit more, some questions a little bit less, but on average, it is about 200 company results. What we found out that there are really no, I think because I have a Mac, like the presentation went a little bit. Most people have no limit from what kind of contracts they're ready to start. So 27% are ready to participate in tenders even below 10,000 euros, and there is practically no maximum. 73% say they're ready to participate in contracts with no maximum limit, which is great because the $200,000 thresholds, which is on average on every tender, we can easily achieve that. 13% of the companies that we've asked have even participated in foreign tenders all over the world, as you can see, but mainly, of course, it's cross-border and former CIS countries. Some even have one. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, and that is, remember, even before GPA has entered into force. I really should have been a PDF, sorry. About 50%, about 20% of the people that participated in foreign tenders used outside legal help. 50% of that outside legal help was foreign, which means it is important to have a network of counterparts in the countries that we are partnering with. As it was pretty obvious, probably the most interesting for our countries are EU countries. 46% said this is going to be their priority. USA and Canada second and third. Of course, this is probably because purely of the size of the market, and EU because of the proximity and some of the cross-border nations that are part of the EU. We know that you have great interest in GPA, in foreign tenders. However, there is severe lack of information. Most of the people that we asked didn't even know about GPA. Further, they didn't know which countries are party to it and what are the benefits, the financial benefits of it. We asked what would you say was the biggest problem for your company to come and participate in foreign tenders. You says the actual access to information to tenders seems to be the biggest problem. Then financing of international transactions, and of course foreign competition seems to be the biggest three of your fears, let's put it this way. From the ministry, access to advice on documentation preparation is expected as a base, and we will be doing our best to help you achieve that. And building on that, we will try to streamline information about procurements in sectors of interest to your companies, and information on key markets, as this seems to be the biggest problem that we have at this time. Sorry. At participation stage, you expect us to work with foreign state organizations to defend your interests and advise on, as I've said previously, advise on foreign competitors and to actually monitor the tender. What this means for us now, why we did this, and a conclusion that we actually made. How Ministry of Economy is ready to support GPA. Well, at first stage, we're focusing on support of pilot projects. We're helping you to find tenders, and if you do find tenders, come to us. We will help you to actually participate in them, to go through the documentation. We will assist in preparation of the necessary documents. We'll advise on implementation of tender requirements. We have started to analysis of foreign markets. We have started with Poland, which we will present in a separate session probably next week. We will, if you find that your companies are going to be discriminated again, we will assist you in dispute cases. And we aim to set up workshops and educate on actual problems that we have just talked about, of documentation of where to find tenders. Our second stage is actually the setup of a full GPA office. It will be a one-stop entry point for domestic and foreign exporters, Chamber of Commerce, WTO, business associations, business schools, electronic platforms, other ministries and government organizations. Really one place where you can come, ask your questions, ask for assistance. We will support domestic exporters. We'll advise on how to enter the foreign government. We'll provide contacts of partners and professional intermediaries such as translators, lawyers, and provide analytical data. We will do the same for exporters, from external exporters, so like foreign players that want to come to Ukrainian foreign procurement market. Also, a big part of it is PR and communication and education. We understand that GPA, really is lack of information about GPA, and we really need to get it out. We understand that we need to educate, and we plan to partner with business schools, the universities such as KMBS, Kyivo-Mogilянka Business School, to have more closer workshops on actual documentations, on standards, and this is all in our plans. Further, we will try to provide you with analysis on markets. However, we can't do everything on our own, and I do encourage you to register on tender platforms and come to us with information if you do find it. And the third stage we would like to do is eGPA. Because there is no single point right now of all information of all 48 member nations. They're spread out mostly on different tender platforms. We are looking at possibilities to make an aggregate system that will pull all information of all tenders into one single system. The system will also have instructions and how-to guides of how to participate in different procurements, in government procurements of different countries, and of course provide you with statistics and analytics. As we see, this is our biggest problem, and pretty much the only way that this GPA will fully work. So if you do find tenders that are interested in you, however you don't have enough information or you don't have enough capabilities to fill out the documentation, please come to us. We will gladly help, especially at the beginning, and I'm sure once we've done it a couple of times, we'll get a great hand on it. So I encourage you to do that. Thank you. Sorry, I nearly forgot. As I said before, Ukrainian companies have already won international tenders in the past, and this is before even GPA entered into force. So, like, if you heard that yesterday that Poland, 97% only national companies, you shouldn't really be afraid, as this shows, our companies can win tenders, and this is, as I said, this is before GPA, so now it should be even much easier. So, thank you. This is my contacts. If you will require anything, we're always here and we're always open. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And this afternoon, the ministry will also have a table or several tables actually at the networking session. So there's an opportunity to sit with Alexei and the larger team from the ministry to talk further about their specific plans and what your needs are. Thank you.
Thank you.